there's a connection between Quentin Tarantino's movies and Birds of Prey. Or at least that's what a recent interview would lead you to believe, with the stars of Quentin Tarantino's latest movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There is an interview online, I'll put a link to it below, where Margot Robbie is talking to a reporter about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because she's one of the stars of that movie, and as you know, she's also filming and starring, in producing and starring in Birds of Prey, a movie that comes out next February. And she said that Birds of Prey, when answering questions about, the movie to this interviewer, she was saying Birds of Prey is taking inspiration from Tarantino's work, and that Tarantino's stuff is subversive and, strange. She didn't say it exactly that. It's like at the end of the interview, but listen to it. It's she kind of could say only as much as she could say without giving anything away. You could tell she doesn't want to give away plot details of the movie and wants to keep a lot of it a secret. But she did allude to the fact that it would take inspiration from him. And she also said that the code name working title for the movie, Fox Force 5, is, a reference to a team of women that were in one of Quentin Tarantino's most famous older movies. What movie was that? Pulp Fiction. Yeah, I know. I had to actually think about Pulp Fiction. I know. What's wrong with me? But yeah, Pulp Fiction. And I will read the article here. I'm on IndieWire. An article about this interview on IndieWire. About the connection between Birds of Prey and Tarantino. Margot Robbie is reprising her comic book role of Harley Quinn in Warner Brothers' 2020 tentpole Birds of Prey, which she tells MTV News will share the anarchic, subversive spirit of Quentin Tarantino films like Reservoir Dogs and the aforementioned Pulp Fiction. The movie was made under the working title Fox Force 5, a direct reference to one of the most legendary scenes in Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. I have not seen Pulp Fiction, so, I'm going to have to go off the same information that you have to go off of, which I'm going to read to you right now. The scene in question is the conversation Vincent Vega, John Travolta, and Mia Wallace Uma Thurman while sharing milkshakes before they compete in the dance competition. Mia tells Vincent about a television pilot she shot called Fox Force 5 that never made it to air, a career milestone she calls her 15 minutes of fame. The show centered around an all-female team of secret agents, each with her own identity and skill set. Reminds me of Charlie's Angels. Mia's character was the deadliest woman in the world with a knife, while the other agents included a Japanese kung fu master, a demolition expert, and a French girl whose specialty was sex. Robbie, a lifelong Tarantino fan, immediately saw the connection between Fox Force 5 and her tentpole Birds of Prey, in which her Harley Quinn forms a makeshift all-female superhero group with Black Canary, Journey Smollett Bell, Huntress Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and Renee Montoya, Rosie Perez, to protect a young girl, Cassandra Cain, played by Ella J. Basco, whom they don't name in this article, against the evil Black Mask, played by Ewan McGregor. So basically, she saw a similarity between, the team of women in Birds of Prey and this Fox Force 5 team that was referenced in Pulp Fiction. But what I'm most curious about is the similarities in tone between Birds of Prey and Tarantino films. I don't care so much about the Fox Force 5 reference, but just the overall tone of the movie. Because Birds of Prey, for the most part, I think it's still pretty secretive and under wraps in terms of the style of movie it's going to be or the type. I do think that Margot Robbie and Warner Brothers and Kathy Yon, the director, are trying to really do something different and maybe reinvent a lot of characters and go for a different take than we would expect with this movie, which is why I think it's a big question mark. It's like, what is this movie actually going to be like? But the fact that it might have some similarities with, Tarantino's work does shed a bit more light on things. That it may be subversive and gritty, and I think loopy, so to speak. Because Tarantino's movies are kind of, stylistic and over the top. And I think they've alluded to the fact that this movie might go in that direction or in other places, previously, in the past. So I don't know. We shall see. But what do you think? What do you think of Birds of Prey possibly having similarities to a Tarantino movie? Does that make you excited or worry you? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.